ask somebody a question, how is life treating you? Do you think who you're asking that question to? As my next guest walked in, I was seeing him after a long time, and my first thing to him was, "Hey Yuvaan, so good to see you. How has life been treating you?" And you will know the response very soon. Why don't we find out ourselves? Welcome to OATS Uncut, Orator Academy Talks Uncut, where we keep our conversations unscripted, raw, organic, honest, and candid. Why? Because life is better organic. I, with great pleasure, invite my guest today, Yuvaan Nai, or which is short for Naigaonkar, is a very dear friend. You can have younger friends. Started off as a student at the age of 6 when I met him for the first time, and there was always this connection. I do get motherly with my students, but again, they do become my children too. But this one is special. Yuvaan, finally, welcome to OATS Uncut.
Thank you.
So, how is life treating you?
I'm only 9 years old. I've only been here for 9 years, and I haven't had that much experience. Why are you asking me this? Ask a grown-up. They've had 38 years, 40, 50 years of experience, and I have less than 10 years of experience. Why are you asking me this?
And that's exactly what the response was when I asked him. He said, "I'm only 9. What do you expect me to have to answer that question?" But people who you thought that because you think anybody older would have a better response. But your 9 years are also very special 9 years. There has been experiences. You've grown since I last saw you. So of course, your life has its own story to tell. At my age, lots of stories have happened, yes, but I'm also forgetting many stories because of age. You remember all your stories, so you have much more to share.
Well, not really.
Not really?
I forget anything before 5 years old.
Already?
Yes.
Well, I always thought you were older for your age in your mindset, so you clearly are. So, okay, now you're 9 years old?
Yes.
3rd grade?
Yes.
How is 3rd grade treating you? That's a good question?
Yes, because I'm actually in 3rd grade. For once, that's a good question.
For once, that's a good question.
So in 3rd grade...
Did you just roll your eyes at me?
Maybe.
All right, we'll discuss that later. Go on.
So in 3rd grade, kids have been more about their friendships than actual studying. Like, in fact, kids will pass notes in class.
What kind of notes?
Like, for example, they'll talk to each other, but they'll write it down on notes. And they think the teacher doesn't see.
Okay, and the teacher does.
Teacher does, and then later they bring the kids outside and they talk to her. So, in the end, I feel like friendships and relationships are more valuable than the actual studying.
Is it friendships like a guy sending notes like that to another boy that he wants to be friends with, or a cool boy, or is it boys and girls sending notes to each other?
Usually it's same gender. Most people feel like, most kids nowadays, they feel uncomfortable. They feel like they have to marry the other person, like be in love with the other person. But I don't get why.
9 years old, talking about love.
I still don't get why. It's not like you're gonna be with them for your whole life. It's just for just school.
Just school. Well, I'm glad that children, even at that age, are taking this whole relationship bit seriously and thinking that it should be long term and not casual.
Yes, but they're doing it behind the teacher's back, so they're not paying attention in their studies. It's like let's say they'll be friends lifelong, but later in life they're not gonna have a job. Like, they didn't pay attention. And NGSLA is coming up.
NGSLA is coming up, the annual tests.
Yes. Now if you don't pay attention, it's gonna take a big toll.
So, words of wisdom from Yuvaan Nai that NGSLAs are coming up, the tests are coming up. So, stop focusing on the social aspect of life. This is the time to work and put in and make something of yourself so that you can earn a living, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I did not think like that when I was 9.
Well, most people don't, honestly.
And how do you think about all of that this early?
I think because I've watched too many of those news selections.
News selections?
Let me like, not like news. I've watched those like TV channels and books which have these kind of things. And once you've read those, you start to realize it isn't just fiction. It happens in the whole world around you.
And do you discuss those shows that you watch? Do you discuss those with your mom and dad?
Yes, but a lot of times they're more interested in their things. Like for example, my dad likes cricket. My mom, she talks to my aunt, my uncle. So they both have different ways to spend their time. So when you think about it, I'm in school 8 hours. I wake up at 7 o'clock. I'm in school. I come home at 3:15. When I come home, I usually have some classes, like let's say robotics or that thing. So you anyways don't have much time for this. Only time like today, weekends, Fridays, because that's when most stuff are off.
What do you want to be when you're older?
That's a difficult question. Because honestly, now we have like this AI taking over. So most of these jobs, like let's say engineering, building, they'll be taken over by AI. Because all it needs is a set of instructions. Do this, this, and this. Job finished. Humans do the same things. So let's say pick up his box, open it, put this inside, close the box. Humans can do that. All of those code those instructions in a robot. So nowadays the only jobs I think which will do good is like these sales. Because robots and humans aren't that hard. You have to be the same species, sort of, to know what the other person likes. Like robots don't have that mind. They don't have feelings. They don't have sympathy to understand all these emotions. They only understand instructions. Take 2 steps forward, 2 steps right.
But we made AI.
Yes, some people think it'll take over our world, but I completely disagree.
Why?
Because AI has a limit. AI doesn't think out of the box. If I say, find a way to put this ball over here, you cannot pass this line. A robot will think, how do I do it? Should I throw the ball over the line? Should I roll it? But humans will just think, oh, I'll just walk on the side of the line. So robots don't have these problems.
Common sense.
Yeah. They can't figure out these problems. They don't have those skills.
They don't have those skills. So do you think that humans, as we created AI, will also somehow manage to make AI smarter and have more common sense, which it lacks right now?
I think so, but also people are relying on AI a lot.
So AI is a good thing or a bad thing?
Depends on the way you use it.
Oh my god.
You can use it for hacking, you can use it for cheating on tests. For example, we had a poster competition. It was about how reading can take you places. So we went on Canva. It's just like slide anything sort of thing. So what you do in it is we went on Canva and we choose a poster format. We made the whole thing on Canva and we printed it out. So it came out great. So AI is useful for these kind of things, but you can't use it always. Like you can't always rely on AI. Like AI is not always going to be there. In a job, you can't use always AI.
And not allow AI to make you redundant. Your
Yes.
intelligence should always supersede AI because it's a tool that you created, as in human beings created a tool to make life easier, to assist. Just like people often compare it to calculator. Oh, the first time the calculator came out, people thought, oh, our brains are going to rot because we'll stop doing basic math in our heads anymore and we'll just be relying on the calculator. But, we've learned to use the calculator and not lose our brain cells.
Yeah, but the thing is in AI, it isn't just programmed to do one thing. It can do many things. For example, if you go in ChatGPT, Gemini, ask it, can you play tic-tac-toe with me? It gives you a server. It gives you a labeled 9 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It says which you want to be, X or O. Choose, and you can actually play it with these AI. And questions can just come out of the blue. Like you can't prepare for every single possibility a human's gonna ask, right?
That is true. That is true. So who discusses AI with you at home? Do you talk about it with your parents, or you talk about it in school? Where are you getting all this information from?
Honestly, it's none of those options.
Then where is it coming from?
It's from like these non-fiction books, these TV channels about AI, and if you remember a couple of years back, I did a speech about robots. So that research also helped me. So generally, you can use a lot of stuff on AI to see if it's useful or bad, good or useful, you know?
What is your favorite TV show?
I honestly can't say, because when you finish a TV show, when you finish a TV show, you stop watching it because you already finished everything there is to be.
Right.
So then you move on to another TV show. So you can keep discovering TV shows without even knowing it.
Which is the last one that you saw or you liked and you recommend?
It depends what you want. Do you want sci-fi? Do you want non-fiction? Do you want informational?
Which one did you like?
For which category?
Any of those categories.
So honestly, I like movies nowadays. Like, for example, the Minecraft movie came out, the Dogman movie, those new Inside Out movie, the Inside Out movie 2, Despicable Me 4, what else? Moana 3.
So you like movies more these days?
Yes.
Okay, alright. So we were also talking about this boy who is your age but in 7th grade. You made a mention of that earlier before we started recording. So do you think it's a good thing to be able to jump grades like that? I mean, 7th grade, he should be in 3rd with you. He's 4 grades ahead.
I get that, but it's good for you. You learn more things, it's more complex. It's just that you have a better mind. It's good. Plus, like, if someone in class is doing better than you, you feel the urge to be better than that person, right? So it's good. But all the things later in life, it's more stressful. Like, for example, in college, it's a little more stressful. For example, you write an AI in college. Let's say you work on an essay, you leave it on your computer, but you forget to save it. In the morning, your computer's dead. Your whole essay is gone, wasted. And then you become so stressed, you start to like skip stuff, you start to get angry, you start to get like, your happiness stage of mind is gone. It's like you're in depression. But all that happens is you have to read your essay. So you're relying on AI, but AI also has a limit. It doesn't have like an unlimited power source. You have to charge it to, like, we need sleep, AI needs charge.
So we are back to AI, but going back to the student that I was talking about who is now in 7th grade, I feel that as one progresses from one grade to the other, you also physically and mentally prepare for it. You said yourself that that student is physically your size, but now sitting in class with kids who are 4 years older than him, probably. So there are certain advantages and certain disadvantages that you have assessed in that situation.
Yes. Physical wise, he's a little younger than the other kids, a little weaker. I'm not saying he's like weak, but compared to the other kids, they're 4 years older than him. They're generally stronger, faster. But otherwise, they help him. He has friends in his class older than him. He learns about older things than his age. He is open to a new world.
So his brain is ready to absorb more complex stuff.
Yes.
So it's great that he's getting that facility so that he doesn't have to feel bored sitting in 3rd grade where he already knows everything.
Yes.
And he's ready to learn more. So in that capacity, it's good for him.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's something that needs to be addressed and observed closely so that at no point we think that the child can handle it and we assume that the child can handle it.
But the thing with parents is you always have to keep checking on your child.
Parents have to keep checking on your child.
For example, if the child keeps, let's say, he's in the school, he keeps doing what he does, but then he's struggling, but he doesn't want to tell you, then he thinks you'll think For example, he might think you'll be angry at him. Like, why didn't you tell me about this earlier? If you're failing, if it's hard for you, why are you even in this way? You should have came down a grade lower. They think the parent will respond negatively, but in real life, the parents help the kid. They'll help the kid understand more what he's failing to get at. He's failing, the parents will help him, but the kids think the parents will just get angry at him.
I think it also depends on the relationship
That's true.
each child has with their parents. What your relationship is may not be the other person's relationship, right? Some children feel that the parents are their best supporters and cheerleaders, and then there's some kids who will hide things because they feel the parents will not understand.
Yes.
So, what would you say to those kids? I mean,
in the end, the parents gave birth to you. Your parents love you no matter what they say. No matter what they say, it's just called tough love. What they say, they still love you. So in the end, they're still going to love you. Just ask them for help. The worst they can say is no.
See, that's why. Are you sure you're 9 years old?
Yes. I'm completely sure.
Completely sure.